All right, what's up? Good morning, everyone. As Raj says, good morning, Mike, PJ, Washington, guys. Good to see everybody. Hey, listen, the marketplace is back, kinda, huh? Should we talk about that for a few minutes? We got that message last night, right? That the marketplace was sort of back up. That we could, you could list a moment every 10 minutes or whatever it was. You can buy a moment every couple hours. Yeah, Ryan Kelly, how did all of your alarms go? We shut those off. Referencing a tweet. What's up, Dre? Enrique, what's going on? Verena, good to see everybody here. So today's gonna be fun, right? Because we've been marketplace withdrawal the last few days. So I'm excited to see what it's looking like. I'll be honest too. I haven't looked too much because I was tired as hell last night. So as the stuff started popping up, I was like, we're just gonna call it in. We're gonna discover it together for the first time. But this is the plan. I figured we look at some of the rising stars. We'll go back to some of the base series one, maybe the seeing stars as well. And then, as always, if you have questions as we go along about stuff you want to look at or talk about, just throw it in the chat. Let it rip. Yeah, Enrique says 90 minutes between each action: buying, listing, delisting, and Top Shot. Yeah, I keep going back and forth, right? It was very frustrating this weekend. It was very frustrating to whether you got a pack or you didn't get a pack. If you didn't get a pack, you were like prepared to fire $200 into Top Shot, right? You were like, this is a good investment. If you didn't get it, right, you're still like, oh man, I'm ready to spend 200. You're going to start perusing the marketplace, see what kind of deals we get out there. If you did get a pack, some of you were trying to flip stuff. Some of you were just trying to see like what value you were getting out of your pack. And we didn't get any of that. So it was frustrating as hell. I do think the positive, it seems like there was a real bot issue in the marketplace. We talked about this with the Cool Cat the other day, right? With the Cool Cat Karl-Anthony Towns, there were some like quick snipes that were happening on the marketplace, and they were led to believe some bots were in there. So listen, long term, it's probably good that they're figuring this out. Short term, it's so frustrating, especially if you're just getting in recently, right? Maybe you were buying stuff as it was booming, and then since it's dipped and you haven't been able to do much else, it's very, very frustrating. So I'm sure you guys are feeling that right now. I'm feeling it, but I'm still excited, right? I think you can have both feelings, right? You can be like, I'm still in on Top Shot, but like, please get your shit together. I think that's where I land. Let's see if we get some comments. Ryan, pulled the trigger on the DeJounte. Would be curious, where did you get it at, Ryan? I saw it sitting around 210 last night. Very curious. What's up, Carolina Plays? Thanks for being here. Alex, the real Mike in the morning. This is what we like to see. You're now listening to Mike in the Morning on Top Shot 99.9 FM. Lunchtime for me, Rishi. Hey, listen, I'm glad you're having lunch. We love it. We love it. Glad you're here. Is 1282 a good serial number? I guess it depends. Is this out of, what's it out of? Out of 35,000? That's pretty good. Out of 2,000? It's not as good, right? Do the seeing star. All right, you know what? We're gonna do seeing stars. I want to do rising stars first, though. Yeah, team holding on Tyrese, right? And Taylor says, who's pumped for the pre-orders to arrive, right? That's coming this week. Let's start with, we're looking at my face too much. So let's get a share screen going. Let me blow this up a little bit too here. So hold on. I'm going to stop the share screen for a second. And let's blow this up so you can see it a little bit better. But we're going to start with rising stars. We're going to get into seeing stars. And then like whatever y'all want to look at, we'll take a look at that as well. All right, here we go. This should be a little bit better. Hopefully this is a little bit better. It's a little weirder for me because everything got blown up, but hey, we love it. All right, let's expand this a little bit. All right, this should be better, right? All right, here we go. Let's get into the marketplace. Finally, the first morning marketplace of the week where we can actually look at the marketplace. So we're going to start with the rising stars here. Let's see what we got going. So if you saw last night, right, the initial listings for all of this were bonkers, right? The first thing I saw was a Tyler Hero going for like 20K. Obviously, they've come back down a little bit. I can't tell if this is too high or too low. So we love to see this Tyrese Halliburton. If you're joining for the first time, we did a live stream for the Rising Stars pack drop, and I got very lucky and landed one. And if you don't want to watch the full 2.5-hour stream, Dunbar cut up a little 5-minute segment of the pack reveal. It was a real garbage pack up until the very end when we landed the Halliburton, and a nice cereal too. So you're seeing this for like $13.65, which is kind of nice. And I was thinking about it too, because I was like, what would I want more? The Halliburton, the first moment, right, out of 4,000, or this one, which is considered a rare, out of 2,000. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, but it is kind of fun looking at that, because this is, it is his second moment, but there's only 2,000 of them versus the 4,000 of the other one. Theo Maladon, shout out Theo. We talked about the Thunder last week. Only 340. Jaws just under 1,000. I mean, just over 1,000. Campazzo under 3. Let's just look at the Campazzo moment. Campazzo moment is sick. Love that pass. Love that pass. So the Campazzo one's nice. Lou Dort around 400, but you're seeing, right? So the big names, the Wisemans, the Morant, the Halliburtons, the LaMelo, those ones are going for quite a bit, but everything else is settling around 4 something. Which is kind of nice. I want to see, I don't see the LaMelo. Where's the LaMelo? Here we go. Wow, LaMelo 4,700. So clearly that's the most expensive one. One of the things I did want to talk about though is the challenges. So if you look at the active challenges, the first Rising Stars one is for the Anthony Edwards. And the moments that you're going to need to get, you see there's DeAndre Hunter, but the LaMelo. Now, if you landed the LaMelo, you've got to go for this challenge, right? Because you hit the jackpot of that one. You already have the hardest one. So you can, I don't know, make some trades, do what you need to do. But most of these are coming in around 350, 400, except for the Wiseman. The Wiseman is an expensive one. But you hit the hard one. And that's what I'm thinking for the Zion. The Zion, I'm a little interested in going after when that challenge happens, because I got the Halliburton. That should be the hard one. All right, there we go. There's the screen share. All right. As I ramble, I realized I didn't see a lot of these questions. So Ryan says you get the DeJounte for the 210. That just seems to be a one-off, but got it at 240. But alas, still happy to get another spurt. Hey, dude, we talked about this, man. I think there's still so much value in the Series 1, and I think you're still going to see those prices go down a little bit because everyone's like freaked out by the market. They're trying to get some money back to try to get some of these rising stars. There we go. Taro, will seeing stars like James Harden increase in price or decrease after sets are complete like the Cool Cats did? So 2 thoughts on this. One, yes, I think it will decrease because once the challenges are over, we've seen this like time and time again. When challenges end, it seems like the price tips back down again. But then we find out there's another challenge, and then it'll come back up and then go back down. The other thing I'll say, though, you're seeing now, right? These cereals are out of 35,000. So this is the Seeing Stars is only out of 10,000. So, I mean, I think it'll dip down a little bit, but I don't know if that means you need to get rid of it, right? If you want to sell it at its peak, sure, I think that's fine. But out of 10,000 is still going to be considered, fairly rare. Even though it's listed as a common, I think it's still considered fairly rare, right? Oh boy, how do you see Top Shot in the future? I don't know. I mean, we've been pretty bullish on it, and we're like team hold because it's here forever. I mean, I think it is really cool. I think you're seeing the NBA's investment in this like really shine the last couple of weeks. I mean, it was on Kendrick Perkins, Rachel Nichols, and Josh Hart doing a pack opening on the Jump. You're seeing, they're going live from the NBA Instagram, right? So it seems like if the NBA wasn't so in on this, I'd be a little bit more like dubious of it. But there seems to be real backing by the NBA. So I don't know. I'm in. I'm all in. Clearly I'm in, right? I'm streaming about this like first thing in the morning. If I'm not in, what the hell am I doing with my life? I got to reevaluate those decisions. Dan says, when do pre-order packs hit our accounts? I believe it's this weekend. I believe it's coming this weekend. I thought they said March 13th. I might be making that up, but I believe it's this weekend. Chris Paul going up for the LeBron challenge. So my understanding is all the Seeing Stars that weren't listed for the Durant challenge will be listed for the LeBron challenge. So if you're seeing like you got one of the ones from LeBron's challenge and the price might be a little bit low right now, like I noticed that with the Dame Lillard, I think that'll go up when the challenge like officially gets underway, which probably won't be for like 3 or 4 weeks, right? Because the Durant challenge still has like 20 days left, and I don't think they'd run them simultaneously. Excuse me. Thoughts on Killian Hayes? Dude, I love Killian Hayes. I mean, I know he didn't look great and then got hurt, but let's pull up Killian Hayes. I think all of those 325, that was sitting around like 4 something last week too. I think all of those 4 out of 4K Series 2 rookies are pretty good. Because they're going to get those 3 badges, right? I think that's pretty nice. We like that. I got 1,700 to play with, probably going in on Series 1s. Yeah, I like, oh man, what's going on? There we go. I like that call. We've been talking about Series 1s this whole time, right? We love those Series 1s. Carolina was 1 day late for signing up for the pack. That's okay, though. Listen, it looks like the Cool Cats 3 is going to drop this week. You'll get packs are coming. I think we're going to see now that they've figured out the queue, right? They had a successful weekend of those. They had the pre-order packs that went well, but then this past weekend with the Seeing Stars and the Rising Stars, it was a much faster process than what we've seen in the past couple of weeks for that big of a queue. So I'm hoping they just like continue to churn them out now, right? Thoughts on the Precious Rising Star? I think his price will go up when the Zion Challenge starts. So that's what I'm thinking, right? I get the Halliburton. So my thought process is that's the most expensive one. So I want to try to scoop some of these before they announce what the challenge is. I mean, like we know what it is, but before they're pumping it, because it does feel like those are too cheap. And so if you have Precious, I wouldn't sell it yet. I'd at least wait for the challenge. But if you're saying like, should I scoop it? I think scooping those for the Zion Challenge, I think that's sharp if you're trying to complete the challenge. What's up, M13? Nice to see you. At what point in the challenge do the moments peak? Yeah, I don't know, man. What we've seen is at the very end of the challenge, it dips aggressively. We saw that with the Cool Cats, right? And the gift, like in those last 4 or 5 hours, it like really dips down. So I would go back and look at some of the other challenges. With the Cool Cats, we saw like a steady climb for like 4 or 5 days, which felt like 2 months. But then once we get to the last couple days, it definitely started coming back down. Yeah, so Daniel, we've been talking about this, right? I think when we look at just look at base series 1. As these serials numbers continue to grow and grow, right? We're at 35,000, and you see these out of 4,000, out of 3,500, out of 1,500, 3,200, right? Like that's going to continue to grow. It's just going to make it more and more scarce as we move further into the Top Shot history. And it's their first moment on the site. It's the beginning of all of this. I think it's like, I find, and again, this isn't financial advice, obviously, blah, blah, blah. I find those to have the most long-term value. And we're seeing some dips right now, which I think is exciting for someone if you are team base series 1. So that's kind of where my head is at. And I think, out of 30, we're at 35,000 next. What's the next mint going to be? Is it going to be 50,000 or is it going to be 100,000? So if we continue to see that, those out of 4,000 is going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be, you might as well be considered a rare at that point, right? Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Also, Pete Mike Conley Series 1 3-pointer should get first moment an all-star badge. Nice highlight. Let's pull up Mike Conley. Will it get an all-star badge though? They don't, especially if that's Series 1. He didn't make the all-star team that season, right? Because this is from 2019. So I don't think it gets the all-star badge. I might be wrong, but I don't think it does. But it will get his first moment. And let's check. Oh, it's a sick moment. And it's only 213. Mike Conley's had a pretty good career. Who knows what they're going to do in the playoffs this year? Yeah, I like that call. I like that a lot. I like those first moments too on the site, obviously. Ooh, here we go. I'm 6 cards away from having the full LeBron set. No, I don't think you'll need the KD to get the LeBron. I don't think so, because then they would have announced that as a master challenge, right? Kind of like Cool Cats, and they didn't do that. So I don't think so. Good luck, man. Yeah, shout out to Alex. Look at Alex pumping our channel right here. We're going to do a pack opening party. When all the pre-order packs come in, we're going to do a live stream and just kind of have a revolving door of people coming on and opening your pack. So if you'd like to open your pack on your stream, we'll promote it as we get closer to this weekend, but we're just going to have, everybody come on and open it if you'd like, if that's your thing. Dude, this is the comment I want to talk about. When's that run it back happening? Sure, the Cool Cats are cool. I want that run it back. I know that if you're like reading the tea leaves, we should get another legendary drop soon. I don't think run it back's going to be considered legendary, right? I think that's going to be considered rare, but I don't know. I'm ready for the run it back. I'm ready for my Shaq. I'm ready for my T-Mac. I'm ready for my AI. I also just want to see what those moments are. I want to know what moments it's going to be. Ooh, shut big body Keldon. Yeah, I like Keldon Johnson. This is a good pickup. That's a good pickup. Noah says, what Series 1 Trey should you get? Let's look at Trey's moments. Excuse me. Metallic Gold. Get that one. No. All right. Let's see. He's got. So this is his first moment on the site, right? Is the 1990. But let's look at the. Wow, he's got quite a few moments here. Oh, so that actually. I'm sorry. That's Series 2. All right. So he's got the Series 1 handles, which is a nice little moment, but that's not his first moment. We believe. Where is this? Is his first moment on the site, right? 975 because it's also the Metallic Gold. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking at Series 1, you got to compare two things, right? Well, obviously what you're willing to spend, but two other things. Do you want the first moment? Like if that's important to you and they're roughly the same price, then you go for the first moment, right? But if you're a bigger fan of like what the moment is, then you decide what moment you think is more impressive. So his two, let's look at them. Let's look at some sick handles. Here we go. So this is the Trae Young handles. I believe this is his first moment on the site. Man, does it count as handles when you go by slow-ass LaMarcus Aldridge? Also, you know, take a sip of coffee if we just hit the drink number because we talked about LaMarcus Aldridge on this show. Somehow LaMarcus comes up every goddamn show. All right, so that's one moment from Series 1. Series 2. Where's his other Series 1 comment here? Here we go. We got another handles. Wow, a lot of handles from Trae Young. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. On Michael Porter Jr. too. That, man, those are both pretty good moments. I like both of those. Yeah, so up to you. I think if the first moment's important to you, get the first moment. If the moment itself is more important, then it's totally up to you. Those are both pretty nice. I think I lean the Michael Porter Jr. one. All right, here we go. What else we got? What about the Zion 1,000 point moment? 1,000 point. What's the 1,000 point moment? Let me pull up Zion's. Like his 1,000th point in the league. Is that what it is? Maybe I might not be aware of that. Man, Zion's got so many moments for being so young already. I love that. All right. Throw some more info in the chat on that. Here we go. What else? Top Shot Taco says, one thing, I think you need to consider the crypto market, stock market, and now stimulus. Right. Yeah. So you think if you're saying people who are getting the stimulus are like, you know what, YOLO, let's throw that into Top Shot. So you think you're going to see more action in the market. Also, crypto's done like well the last couple of days. One of the things that sucks is that usually when the crypto market is doing well, we also saw the Top Shot market doing well. And like crypto is rebounding this week. Both Bitcoin and like ETH were like really popping the last couple of days. So you'd think that would bump up the marketplace as well. Unfortunately, the marketplace was closed, but that is something to monitor. I don't feel sharp enough to speculate or talk about those things too much. I just will say the market's been up, so maybe that's beneficial for Top Shot. Andrew, this is a great point. I was talking on a text thread with Dunbar and Dustin yesterday, and Dunbar, I believe it was like a $90 3-digit serial of the new Joel Embiid, so which it's out of 35,000. And he was like, I can't tell if a under $100 deal is good because you're getting like a 3-digit serial out of 35,000 for under $100 for potentially the favorite for MVP for this year. But it's we've all like created what we think is a good deal and what we think is a bad deal for Series 1 and Series 2. But now all of a sudden we've gone from like a 15,000 mint to 35,000. It's like, I don't know how these numbers compute yet. And with the marketplace being down, all of those initial buys right away, like, is that where the market's being set? Or are we going to see a regression over the next couple of days or progression? Like it's hard to tell where that's going to land. At least for the new moments. I feel confident still in the base Series 1 and base Series 2 and the rare moments from those. But it's hard to tell where the market's going to go on that. Totally agree with that. Savon says, too, I know we talked about this a second ago. I don't think you'll need the KD for the LeBron. I might be wrong, but usually that means it's a master challenge, and they haven't really announced that. So I don't think so. We'll take this moment to take a sip of coffee if you have coffee, but I'm going to cough. And we're back. All right, here we go. So the Conley was at 150 last night. Someone got a snipe. Wow. Wow. Robert says still can't add funds. Are you a new member, Robert? That might be why. Did they not verify you? You should be able to add funds. I've heard more issues about withdrawing funds than adding funds. Yeah, when are they going to bring gifting back? I know we have some awards we're supposed to give out. So I think it'll be back soon. I think that's just one of the things with bots that they're battling a little bit. So I think once they feel confident about that and they lift like the buying and selling restrictions that they've placed on the market right now, I think we'll see you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to do that. Let's see. What else we got here? Yeah, Adrian, that's what I was still waiting to withdraw, right? Hopefully that's coming soon. Matthew says, pulled a 3535 for Tatum in base set 2. He's wearing different versions of the Jordan 35. Man, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to... Dunbar's the better person to ask on this, right? Because he's got like the collector brain, and he's like, oh, that's going to stand out as unique. I don't really know. I think the thing I'd be excited about, it's a relatively low serial, and it's Tatum. And I think Tatum... I mean, again, I'm biased because I'm a Homer Celtics fan. But Tatum's nasty. He's going to win an MVP. I think he is. At some point, not this year. All right, what else we got? Dude, yeah, let's talk about Michael Porter Jr. We talked about him before with his base series 1. I don't know why that's so low. I think Michael Porter Jr., I know he's got like some issues. He's got some issues, but I like Michael Porter Jr. a lot. And all of a sudden, Mike Malone is like, you know what I got to do? Play him 35 minutes a game. And now he's producing. If the Nuggets are really going to excel, like he needs to be the third dude and he needs to step up. And that's the only way. That's the only way they're going to win. And he needs to figure out how to play defense, of course. But like you look at his series 1, his dunk is nice. It's 568, right? That's not his first moment. His first moment right here is for 1,020. Here we go. His rising stars right now is 440. That I agree. A friend of ours pulled this in the rising stars pack, and I thought this was a good pull. I don't know, when you look at all of the players in the rising star, I mean, outside of the obvious slam dunks, I thought Michael Porter Jr. was like a great pull. So I'm pretty surprised to see it this low. Yeah, I like Michael Porter Jr. I like him quite a bit. So I don't know. I don't get it. Team Michael, Team MPJ. What part of Boston? Originally from South Shore, from a small town called Lakeville, home of Ocean Spray. But I lived in the city for a long time, and I'm in New York now. Is Fultz series 1 a good value? Have a good start before the injury. I like Fultz he didn't look like the number 1 overall pick that was going to change the course of history, but he did look good. He still can't shoot, but he looked sprightly. He looked pretty good. I like, what's his price at right now? Let's see. Markelle Fultz. That Magic team's interesting. They've lost all their young dudes who look exciting. Wow, $20 for base series 2. Wow. All right, and this is his first moment. Jesus, first moment on the site for 160. It's a nice little dunk. That's a great dunk. That's a good moment. I like Markelle Fultz. I mean, if you believe in Markelle Fultz, this is a good buy. Me personally, I don't think he's like going to be an all-star at any time, but I mean, he's had an interesting career so far. That's for sure. All right, thoughts on Zion with 7K serial SS after a year or two. Dude, Zion looks like a monster right now. He looks like he's going to lead the league in scoring at some point. I don't care what moment of Zion it is right now. I'm pro scooping Zions. I'm okay planting my flag, dying on the Zion hill. That like he's just going to be an MVP at some point. He's going to take a team to the finals. Like, I'm fine. I'm fine riding all Zions right now. Yeah. Do you think the rising star cards will increase in value? I don't know. I would say about really everything right now, just monitor the market over the next like 24 hours. I'm really curious to see where those prices move. Because initially everything gets posted at like $1 million. Everyone's like, I'm going to flip this for a cool $1 million. And then aggressively it comes right back down. So I'm more interested in seeing what it lands at like tomorrow or the next day. I would think they increase in value, right? Because it's out of 2021. That's pretty low. I mean, these moments are, and like we said at the top of the show, these moments are lower than like a Tyrese Halliburton. It's not his first moment, but it is his rookie season. It's a rare moment. It's out of 2021, where his first moment's out of 4,000. Same thing with the LaMelo Ball. And the LaMelo Ball moment from the Rising Stars is a cooler moment than his first moment on the site, too. So, I don't know. I'm in on it. I was very excited to get a pack. I think the Rising Stars, I think that's like a cool set. So, I'm high on those. Some of those seem low, like we were showing, like that Michael Porter Jr. seems too low. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on them. All right, let's pull up Seeing Stars. I know I said I was going to talk about this, and I haven't yet. So let's look at Seeing Stars. I famously have been not high on the Seeing Stars. Also, let me take this moment to say, if you're watching right now, we really appreciate it, especially because it's in the morning and you're pulling in Top Shot stuff. If you guys can do me a favor and just like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate everybody being active in the comments, because otherwise it's just me talking, and I don't know who's a fan of that. All right, here we go. So let's see. We got some AD around 200, Sabonis 110, Paul George 120, the Luka 566. So it's clear, like, whatever Luka is doing is going to be priced well. Luka's the ceiling. I'm sure Zion's that way. Man, this Dame moment too at only 178. I got a really low serial of Dame in this. I think it was like 200 or 250, something like that. Kyrie. So I think you'll see. I think as these continue to drop, people are going to be like, wait, so I only have to spend X amount of dollars to get the KD or to get the LeBron. So I think these would boost up a little bit, right? But yeah, these seem low because, again, it's out of 10,000. It's out of 10,000, and we're not going to see that anymore in a common series. Out of 10,000, no way. Like these, there's less of these than, say, the limited edition earlier ones, like from 12,000. So yeah, I don't know. But these are, I mean, outside of Steph, who else we got? Kyrie's in the 200s. Luka in the 560s. Did I miss Zion? Where's Zion? Does he not have a Seeing Stars moment? Am I losing it? Does he not have a Oh, there it is. 450. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to think it goes up a little bit. This feels very cheap. Be curious to see your thoughts on this. I would love to hear you guys in the chat what you guys think about these moments. Excuse me. Sorry, it's taking my computer a second to load back into the marketplace. I don't know what that's about. There we go. Oh, here we go. David gets it. David understands why this show matters. And that's to talk about PJ Washington. Let's go. I can't believe we're 28 minutes in. We have not talked about PJ yet. Let's see how my boy PJ is doing right now. PJ, 350. I got to say, this went up $50 since this morning. It was at 300 when I woke up, and I was like, this gets to 250. I'm snagging it. Full disclosure, people are like, why are you pumping PJ so much? I'm not pumping him for my bag, but I do have this bad boy right here. The thing I like about PJ, I think people got so enamored with the Series 2 rookies because it was like, oh, triple badge, it's happening. But we forgot about the Series 1 rookies from last season. This is PJ Washington's first moment on the site. It's his rookie debut. This is a triple badge moment from Series 1. He's on a team that's now with LaMelo Ball. So the Hornets the Hornets haven't played national televised games in like 15 years and since like grandmama. And now the Charlotte Hornets have LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, who's turned out to be Kemba Walker, but better. So you've got LaMelo, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier. That's like a solid three with Miles Bridges on the bench and now PJ Washington. And what the Hornets have been doing against teams that don't have bigs is playing PJ at a small five. So PJ's getting a healthier role now in the Hornets organization. So this is a long-term buy, I think. But again, everyone's freaking out like, let's get Devin Vassell, let's get Kira Lewis Jr., let's get Tyrese Maxey. Why aren't we getting PJ Washington? He's out of 4,000. Series 1, which I think has been in Series 2. It's got all the same sex appeal as those other ones. I don't know. I'm high on PJ. I'm sure the chat right now is like, you pump PJ like we pump Taco. No blame. Snappers Farm, what's up? Thanks for being here. A lot of these moments are going to go up. I'm holding my Tatum. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think a bunch of people just got packs, and a lot of people like flipping packs and getting some ROI right away, right? So I think that's part of it. And so we'll see it dip a little bit, but then I think, hey, team hold. We're team hold here, right? V Clampin. I don't know what the first comment was or what's coming after this, but I'm sorry you had a tough night last night, V Clampin. I'm nervous what happened. I'm nervous for the rest of this comment to know what happened. Oh, let's look up Malik Monk. Although that won't be a rookie debut, right? But I agree. Like Malik Monk is Malik Monk not on the site yet? Wowie. All right. Malik Monk's not here yet. That's good to pay attention to. Yeah, David said he's better than 90% of the rookies. This is a movement. We're changing the name of Top Shot Takes to PJ Washington Stands. Like, this is what we do here. All right, what a Snappers Farm. What are your thoughts on the DeAndre Jordan dunk card? Will a potential championship increase its value in the future? I think so. I think if he wins a championship, it pumps him up a little bit, right? So I don't love DeAndre Jordan. He's not my favorite player. But let's look at where he's looking at right here. $12. Holy crap. Only 12. His first moment on the site, 211. Wow. Yeah. I mean, if it's base series 1, you think he wins a championship, it changes his legacy a little bit. Especially if you think he hangs around for like a year or two and you think the Nets are going to rip off some championships. I think so. I mean, winning a championship definitely doesn't hurt value. I'll tell you that right now. Thoughts on Isaiah Roby? You came to the right place, Dustin. We talked about this, I think it was last week. It was the last time NBA games were happening. We talked about the Oklahoma City Thunder and how those are interesting plays because, they suck right now. But we thought they were going to suck more. And it's like a young core of talent that are going under the radar because, like the Hornets, pre-LaMelo, no one's watching those games. SGA is probably the only player people know, and he's still undervalued on the site. We talked about Theo Maledon, who's in the Rising Stars Challenge, so people learn about him now. But if you're a DFS player, if you're a DraftKings dude, Isaiah Roby is like a pretty interesting young dude who right now is playing backup big minutes to Al Horford. But when Horford's not playing back-to-back, so Roby's getting a lot of run, and he looks good. So I'm a fan of buying low on all those dudes. Roby, Dort, Maledon, Diallo, SGA. Those are my dudes. Bought a Nickeil Alexander-Walker Rising Star last night at 400, woke up to it 100 down, and I thought it was a snip. Yeah, but again, I think we're going to see those go down and then come back up. So I wouldn't freak out yet. But yeah, that hurts to see. Bro, the Metallic Gold Challenge, I bought Lou for just under 13. It dropped to around 800. Why the dip there? There's only 499 ever created. I think we're seeing a dip across the board, though. So I think we'll see that come back up. And you bought it for the challenge, right? So all of those values for the challenge go way up, and then they peak because everyone who's trying to complete the challenge has completed the challenge or punted on it, and then it comes right back down. So, oh my God, Verena just says someone just sold a Rising Star for $1. What is happening? Tobias Harris is interesting. I don't love Tobias Harris, but he's on the Sixers. He's having the best year of his career. The Sixers look like they could come out of the East if they can figure out how to slow down the Nets. He's going to be like second, third fiddle on a potential championship team. Yeah. I mean, 11.25. When you look at all the metallic golds, is he the best player at that price? Yeah. I don't think that's terrible. Fair price for Seeing Stars Doncic trying to complete the LeBron challenge, or should I just load up on Blake? Wow. What? Listen. If you're trying to spend money and you're deciding between Luka and Blake, you take Luka. You take Luka because how many minutes a game do you think Blake's going to play with the Nets? Right? I think this Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo talked about this week, but like, you want Blake playing over Jeff Green right now? I don't know. I mean, I guess you do. Are you playing Top Shot Fantasy? What's Top Shot Fantasy? I don't know what that is. I don't know what Top Shot Fantasy is. But I'm interested, High Life Boys. Welcome back. We've seen you here before. Theo Maledon for $1. Congrats, who got it. Wow. That must have been a mistake. Do you think they were trying to list it at like $1,000 and listed it for $1? Team hold, baby. Team hold. Should I sell my Brandon Clark Rising Star? Is Brandon Clark, let's look at the challenge again. I can't remember if Brandon Clark's in this challenge. Because I kind of feel if he's not in the challenge, I would wait till they announce. I mean, we know like if you're not in the first one, if you're not in the first challenge, you'll be in the second challenge, right? So Is Brandon Clark listed in the Anthony Edwards? Oh, he is. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like the Rising Stars are on the downtrend right now and then are going to scoop back up once the market settles. So I don't know. My thought process is to hold for a few more days and just see what happens. But if I'm wrong, I don't want you to beat me up. You know what I mean? So that's up to you. I think it goes back up, though. Again, not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. Is that so? Two things: as they open up signups, we'll see price rise to demand. I think that's true, but I think we're also going to see Top Shot just like firing out packs, like base set Series 2 and moving forward 3 packs. I think those are going to be more readily available. I don't think you're going to see 200,000 queues for pack. I mean, you might see that, but I think they'll have like 500,000 packs ready to go, similar to what they did for the pre-order pack. Again, this feels like 10 years ago, but when I first got on the site in January, like there were no pack drops. I mean, like there were pack drops, but there were no queues. You just got in there and you're like, and buying packs. So I think you're right. I think we'll continue to see ebbs and flows in that as people sign up. Yeah, Carmine, right. Even if he gets on the court, he's not going to be a lot of usage. Yeah, who knows? Unless Blake was pulling like a Harden, right? As he like, listen, Detroit, I can't jump anymore. You got to let these young guys cook. My knees are cooked. Let Jerry Grant go bonkers. And then he gets traded and he starts jumping over Kias again. Are we going to see that? Yeah. There's a lot of, it is funny hearing people be like, the Nets got Blake. Oh, it's a wrap. Give him the ring. I don't think Blake's going to be the thing that pushes him over. Steph Curry sold for $1 yesterday too. What is going on? Again, misprints. Opinion on Kyrie seeing star moment, right? So we saw that was 220. And Kyrie's in the current challenge, right? I don't know, man. I have a tough time with the seeing stars because I was pretty out on the seeing star moments in general, but I might be wrong because again, it's only out of 10,000 as we've talked about, and that's pretty interesting. It being only 2,000. I mean, only 10,000 serial when everything else around it is going to be like 35, 50, 100,000, whatever it is. So, and it's like the first All-Star series they've done. I don't know if you're going to flip it. I think in the next like 48 hours is the time to flip it because, or not in the next 48 hours, but in the next week or so while that challenge is going on, I'd keep looking at the prices if you're trying to flip it. But if you're not trying to flip it, then I just say you hold forever, baby. You hold forever. Beamer says every time I click something for a nice price is literally gone before I even get on the page. Yeah, it is. It's been moving quickly, especially because everything's so limited. So it's not like the same amount of volume is being posted. I wonder, do you think I know it's nice seeing the lowest ask price on there so that way you know what the lowest one. And I think that still should be available in the filters, but do you think they need to change the way things are posted in the marketplace? I don't know. Curious on your thoughts. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but yeah, I can't believe people are selling the Rising Stars right now either. I'm excited people are selling them so I can see what the Halliburton is worth that I got. I like having an idea of what that's worth. So shout out to the people selling them. But I'm very interested in trying to get this Zion challenge. I'll tell you that right now. So I might be, if you are a Rising Stars person who is trying to flip and instead would like to trade with me as a rental, hit me up. That's what I'm going to use the morning marketplace to do, is to try to complete this challenge. That's what we're doing now. Banking on the LeBron seeing stars only requires Team LeBron and not the whole lot. It should require everybody who's not listed in the current challenge. I don't think it's a master challenge. I don't think it's going to be like the Cool Cats. I think they would have said that. I think you're going to have to get everybody that's not listed now. But the thing is, that's going to be a little bit more expensive than the KD one because you're talking about Jokic, you're talking about Curry, you're talking about Luka, right? It's including everybody that's not included right now. Eden says they're probably swapping cards for the dollar since you can't gift right now. Yeah, but that's taking a huge risk, right? Because if they don't get it, if somebody else snipes it first, yikes. Is it confirmed that they will badge first moments? Yeah, that is confirmed on the Top Shot blog. First moments on the site. Badge it up. Thank you. Trap Lord says back in October and December, the packs would sit for days and sometimes weeks. Yeah, my first few days on the site, I'd be like, oh, I guess I'll just buy 2 right now instead of 10. Wow. Can you explain the badge things with rookies? Yeah, so there's this triple badge, right? And the triple badge means it's rookie season. It's their first game, like rookie season, rookie debut, and first moment on the site, I believe is what the triple badge is for those. I think someone can correct me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, and those should be happening soon. I think the timeline goal was March that they announced like a month ago. So I would imagine we're going to start seeing the badges. There were the rumors in the streets that the reason the marketplace was down so long is because we were going to wake up today and it was going to be badge city. We didn't see that, but hopefully that's soon. Yeah. A lot of questions about the Seeing Stars, right? I have a tough time projecting where those are going. 100 seems, I thought it was going to be more than that. Again, I would just hold pat. I would hold pat and see what it looks like in 48 hours because I do think we're going to see it change. Maybe up or down. I just don't think it's going to stay where it is right now. Yeah, I love, I lost this. Jason says, always scroll down to find a couple dollars more to better your chance to get it. I like that call, Jason. I like scrolling to see, like, so say we're in say it's out of 10,000 and you're looking at the lowest ask is like 5,500 or something like that for $20. And if you're like, you know what, I'm willing to spend $25. I like scrolling down to see like, oh, can I get under 1,000 for $25? Like giving yourself a range, being like, is it worth $5 to go from a 5,500 serial to a 900 serial? So totally dependent, but that's what I like to do. Josh says the stock market just opened and literally on fire right now. I hope some of this comes into Top Shots. Me too. Patrick Kearns, how much would you rent Keldon Johnson for? Hey, Patrick, listen, at Mike Zakarian, hit me up on that. At Mike Zakarian, we shall chat. Very few Series 1s being newly listed. No surprise, just observation. Yeah, I think, right, so I think the only time people are flipping Series 1, in my opinion, the only time people are moving Series 1s right now is if they found something else that they're more excited about. So if they're like, oh, if I sell like 4 or 5 of my Series 1s, I might be able to get a Cosmic, or I might be able to trade in like a DeJounte Murray, a Jamal Murray, and Brandon Ingram for a Jokic or something like that. Or if someone's like really jacked up about this Rising Stars and they're like, I want to scoop as many as possible, then maybe they're moving Series 1. But I believe people are pretty high on Series 1 in total, like if you've got them. Dude, I like Keldon Johnson a lot just in general. We've talked about the Spurs team last week, right? The Spurs are a different team. I think we're so used to being bored with the Spurs, and we're still going to be bored with them every time they trot out LaMarcus Aldridge. But Aldridge and DeRozan are going to be gone next year. And now you're going to have this fun-ass team of DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson. We'll throw out Jacob Poeltl, give him a little love. Derek White. Patty Mills will probably still be there chucking off the bench. But Keldon Johnson is going to have fun-ass moments. I don't know if he's going to become a superstar, but he's going to be dunking over people. I like him. He's a lot of fun. Noah says, pulled the trigger on Seeing Stars, Doncic for $549. Interesting to see if his price goes up when people can buy more than one moment at a time. Yeah, dude, you can't go wrong with Luka, man. Luka's good. I know it went down a little bit since it came out, but Luka's good. Yeah, if anybody's got thoughts on hardcourt in the chat, otherwise I would say come back tonight because our co-host or one of our co-hosts, Greg Dunbar, is hard for hardcourt. So he will have some thoughts on this for sure. Not yet, Chris. There isn't an easy way. If you're looking at Series 1, the best way to do it is to look at metallic gold. So their first moment on the site on Series 1 is also what their metallic gold moment is. I'm not saying you have to buy the metallic gold, but just that it's the same moment. So I would take a look at that. I thought it was by date, but someone in the chat might be able to correct me. I used to search by date, and then someone was like, it's actually not by date. So I would take a look at that. Top Shot Taco says, again, get on Crypto Slam and get used to those numbers. Maybe have a few written down and a friend to help you. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Like find your network community of friends that you like that are also in it, that know what the hell they're talking about. And it's nice to just and that's why these are fun. That's why I enjoy doing this too, because a lot of people have takes that help me, reshape my thoughts on this, because someone's always like, what's your strategy? Dude, that changes hour to hour. I remember being like, I'm selling all my Series 2 and investing in Series 1. And then you saw like LeBron just like skyrocket. I was like, well, I'm a big old idiot. So I think like two things: talk to people, but also like continue to keep an open mind. I think you're allowed to have a strategy and then be like, hey, I was wrong. And then pivot to your new strategy. I think it's okay to continue to think about it. Moody says, any value in picking up a future Hall of Famer like Melo? Dude, I think so. I think like Melo's value is not going to continue to go up through the rest of his career. I think he's probably where it's going to be, unless the Blazers do something sick and win a finals, but it's probably like where it's going to be. But he's someone that once he retires, it's going straight up, right? It's only going up after he retires. I don't see it going down. Deal a seeing star to buy a Series 1 rookie. Totally up to you, Alex. I think that's where I'm at. But I think other people would disagree and think that the seeing stars are going to have more value. So that's totally up to you. We should get our pre-orders this weekend. I think they're coming this weekend. Hard for Hardcourt. Can you convince Greg to change his username to that? Yes, I can, Scott. We are going to make that happen. Again, we'll talk about Hardcourt tonight if you're around. We're going to be live at 9 tonight, but it's a mobile game that is going to be tied in with Top Shot, where you get to use your moments to play the game. And then there'll probably be rewards and moment rewards through using the app too. So yeah, something to keep an eye on. I don't know enough about it, but people are excited about it, especially Dunbar. Hard for Hardcourt. I got a Rising Star pack and got Michael Mulder, and it's the cheapest for only for 300. This is what I'll say, Xavier. That's a bummer. That is a bummer, especially because I don't know if you did this, but you see the Warriors logo come up, right? Because that's the first thing you see is the Warriors. And then you're like, James Wiseman, I did it. And then it's a nut punch to see Michael Mulder. Sorry for saying nut punch in the morning. Yeah, I mean, listen, at least it's going for 300, because I'd say that's more than what the pack was worth, right? So, you know, you're still getting a return on investment. I'd also just hold the hell out of Michael Mulder and hope he turns into something. You know, other people might disagree, but I'm not flipping that. I'm not flipping that for $100. I mean, unless it goes crazy, like if it shoots up to 1,000 because of a challenge or something, then maybe you can think about flipping it. But I don't know. I like Michael Mulder. I mean, it's definitely not the one you wanted. I'll tell you that right now. Adrian, I pulled a Rui from my Rising Star pack, thinking of selling it to get more Series 1s, but not sure if I hold Rui. Yeah, that's up to you, man. That's close. That's tough. That's tough. Also, shout out Rui, who somehow has managed to like land in every challenge that this site had. Like Cool Cats, the gift, the dude's in everything. Yeah, he's tough, man. I don't think he's going to be a superstar, but he seems like he's going to be a rotation player on a good team. Like, he's not bad. If you have Series 1s that you're like, I definitely want, then I think that's all right. I think it's all right. John says, since the Seeing Stars are part of the LeBron set, do you think that prices will drop once people complete the set, like what happened with Cool Cats? I think so. That's what we've seen with all challenges since then, right? So that's what I would think. I don't know if it's going to like drop drastically like the Will Barton did or like Eric Bledsoe or anything like that, but I do think that'll be its peak is towards the end of the challenge would be my guess. Yeah, we'll move for nut punch to ball buster from now on. Snagged a Maladon for $3.99 last night, kicking myself, think this time limit is restricting the ceiling of these moments. Yeah, but I still don't think that's bad. I think that's gonna. I think we'll see that again. The Rising Stars were listed way up here, then they're gonna dip way down, and then they're gonna average out a little bit. So I don't think that's terrible. And Maladon's currently in the challenge. Maybe people are getting closer to Anthony Edwards, and Maladon's the dude they grab. So, are you thinking about completing the challenge, Alex? Yeah, when I saw, mouth drop thinking it was Wiseman, then my heart got crushed in 2 seconds. I'll say when it showed me the Kings logo, I had no clue who the hell it was going to be. I think I was so terrified because if you guys remember, that pack was trash, and I thought for sure they were going to show me the Washington Wizards logo. I was going to get Denny, and I was going to throw my computer out the window. So when it said Kings, I was like, Fox isn't a rising star. Barnes isn't a rising star. Bagley's not good enough to be a rising star. No, I think he's in year 3. Theo, rising star, double-digit serial, worth the hold. Man, I would say if you don't have, I understand flipping a high rising star, right? Like a Wiseman, a Ball, because you're getting like real return on your investment of $200. Theo, you're getting 150, like 350 or 400 back for that. I don't know, man. To me, that's not worth the flip. I'd rather just hold. But that's just me. Again, not financial advice. So Sargon, they haven't mentioned that they are definitely dropping a legendary pack, but they did say they're trying to do it monthly. And I can't remember when that holo pack was with Tobias Harris. It feels like it was 6 years ago. I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, though, at this point. So a legendary pack drop is coming, I would say, within the next week or two. Probably not this week because the Cool Cats drop is coming this week, but it is. I think it's going to be coming soon. I would think. And we know we have the run it back coming soon too. And I wonder, I'm pretty sure it's going to be considered rare, not legendary, but maybe they switch that up. Who knows? Antfex, thanks for being here today. Thoughts on letting go of Giannis MGLE Series 2 to Ovarian or LaMelo? I'm going to assume that means obtain. Yeah, obtain. Obtain right there. Hate gambling on rookies to MVP Hall of Famers, but absolutely no attachment to Giannis. Man, that's really close. You said any other rookie, I don't think I'd be interested. For some reason, I think people, including like the media, are just kind of over Giannis right now in the sense that you can keep putting up those crazy numbers, Giannis, but until you do anything in the playoffs, like, who cares? But I mean, Giannis is really good, and people are out on him this year a little bit because the Bucks seem to have regressed. But if you look at Giannis's numbers, they're like the same they were his back-to-back MVP seasons, maybe just a little bit lower. They're just not blowing people out and crushing people anymore. But this is really close. Giannis is really close. This is totally up to you, man. I don't feel good making a call on this. Giannis is going to be, first ballot Hall of Famer. But if you think LaMelo is going to be something real special, now's the time to get in. But yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a Hall of Fame question right there. I was going to hold Mulder. I want to hold Mulder, but I don't feel like he will ever be a star, even a rotation player if that. So I'll probably look to secure. Yeah. I mean, if it gets up to 700, that's a number you feel good with. I'm fine with that. I just want to do it for like $50. Here we go. Best card under 1,000. Let's dig in. Also, we're going to do this for maybe like 10, 15 more minutes. So if you have other questions or other moments you want me to take a look at, let me know. Also, while we look this up, this is only the second time I've done this in the hour. Please like this stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. It gets more eyeballs on this, and we're having a lot of fun. So I almost typed in Talib Kweli's name. That's what I almost did right there. All right, so best under 1,000. Let's listing by... What do we want to go by? Ascending? Oh, no, descending. My bad. Let's not start at the bottom and work our way up. Lonzo Ball, he got game for $1,000. Bam Adebayo, the finals series is interesting. So fresh. Man, a lot of these series ones are pretty good. Like, Nurk, to me, is super undervalued. Do you guys remember Nurk in the bubble? Nurk was incredible in the bubble. He's just got bad luck with injuries. But if he and CJ come back in time for a playoff run, like somehow the Blazers have been good without any of their players besides Dame. So I don't know. I'm not saying get Nurk. I like Nurk though. This Trae Young is nice. Dude, kill me. Markieff and Caruso. No, thank you. Kemba. I'm not going to speak publicly on Kemba because I own this moment right here. Karl-Anthony Towns, another dude that's undervalued. I don't think people like Karl-Anthony Towns because that team is trash. But like, look at what he's put up since he's come back from COVID. Jaylen Brown Series 1 is nice. DeJounte Murray Metallic Gold. No. If that was Series 1, I'd be more interested in that. That Fred VanVleet is nice. The with the strip is really nice. Keldon Johnson, a Metallic on Series 2. I think if I'm spending this. Ooh, Emmanuel Quickley. You want to talk about triple badge rookie, Emmanuel Quickley, Knicks heartthrob. You get another Trae Young Series 1. Kyrie Series 1 is pretty good. AD Series 1. Yeah, I think I lean on those a little bit more than the Van Fleets, the ADs, the Kyrie Irvings. I think that's where I land. That's a good question, though. There's a lot of value in that range, though. When do you think moments in a pack will match the cost of the pack itself? I think we'll see that with base packs not very soon, but in the next like 3 or 4 months. It's tough. Until the demand to sign up has slowed down, right? Because like right now, there's so many people, like we're still in beta. There's so many people that are trying to get in that can't get in yet. So until that level slows down a little bit, I think you're still going to find a lot of value in each pack. But eventually the base packs, I think will be like $9 will be worth $9. And then maybe you get lucky and you spike something. I think the rare and legendary packs, because those will be difficult to get, will still have a lot of value. What else we got here? No, it's pretty random. So the base series moments, when those pack drops, I don't think they're going to make like big announcements. They just kind of appear on the site, especially with stress tests. The rare and legendary packs, they said they're required to give us an 8-hour heads up. So they're not going to just like drop it in the middle of the night. You'll at least get some heads up that it's happening. So yeah, thoughts on Hayward's? I think if this is the moment that I think it is, I own a couple of these because I mean, Gordon Hayward looks really good this year. Yeah, I like this. I like this moment a lot. His first moment on the site out of 12,000. Again, we're going to see those go way up, right? I like that. Only 66. I think I got it for like 12. I like that. Oh, thanks, Ant. Appreciate that, man. Similar to the under 1,000 question, best card for under 200. See, I like this. No one's asking what's the best buy under 10 grand. Top Shot Takes is for the people, okay? Top Shot Takes, we come in here, reasonable purchases. All right, let's go from 200. Oh, yeah, we still have Gordon Hayward in the filter. Wow, look at Gordon Hayward's popping up. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. 200. Serge Ibaka. Tyler. No, I want to beat Tyler Hero. Schroeder's kind of nice. I like Schroeder. I think he's a little undervalued, right? Dennis Schroeder needs to be the third most important person on the Lakers for the Lakers to repeat as champs, right? This is his first moment. Yeah, I kind of like Schroeder. It might not be his first moment. I'm sorry. It's a series 1. I'd have to double check to see if it's his first moment. But yeah, I like Mikal Bridges. Man, this is another team very high on. The Suns are young outside of Chris Paul. They are in second place in the West right now. I'm not saying they're going to win the finals or come out of the West, but Mikal Bridges looks really, really good this year. And he looks like he's young. He's going to be good for a while. And I think the Suns are going to be good for a while as long as they maintain their course. So, yeah, I'm firing away on Mikal Bridges. I love this buy right here. Marvin Bagley. I like Bagley too, but man, dude, I don't know. It just hasn't clicked. He needs to get out of Sacramento. He and everyone else in Sacramento. Hopefully Bagley gets traded. Hopefully his dad keeps tweeting that they need to trade him. I like Bagley a lot. But he right now, I don't know. He's close. I also have his metallic gold, so I'm biased. But I want him to be good. Jalen Smith. This is another first moment, right? Series 2, but it's his first moment on the site. Triple badge. Again, he's not getting a ton of run right now because the Suns are good and a little bit deep. But I think eventually he surpasses what the hell Frank Kaminsky's doing on the Suns, right? So I like Jalen Smith. I like him. Again, Nurk, 190. This dude is very good at basketball on a good team. He's just hurt all the time. Yeah, those are the ones that stick out the most. Norman Powell, we've talked about, right? If Kyle Lowry does in fact get traded, which I guess he's just straight up telling people he's going to be traded. So Norman Powell's already having a really good year, but you got to think his usage is going to go way up if Lowry gets traded. Shout out Boban if you want to go for a meme. But yeah, those are the ones that stick out to me the most. Those are the ones that stick out the most. So there's some good buys in there. Some good finds. Good question, Teddy. Thanks for being here. Ooh, Josh says, empty the bag on Serial 14 out of 199 3-pointer for the win. Mind looking at it. Yeah, I like LaVine. I got to say, I didn't really love LaVine until this year. He was like a good fantasy player, but it didn't seem like he was going to be a winning player. And I might be taking the L on that. All right, so it's out of, oh, wait, I have the, let's get rid of that. All right. It's out of, let me double check, out of 199 3-pointer for the win. All right, where is it? Where is it? Out of 199? Where is this bad boy? Oh, here it is. This one? You get this is nice. This is nice. Let's take a look at the moment. Oh, yeah, this is nice. Runs to the 3-point line. Buckets. I like that. All right, and you said you got Serial 14. So let's take a look. I'm curious what... Well, listen, this is what's tough about, shout out Moment Ranks. I know they do a good job, but what's tough about evaluating serial numbers is that right. So we see number 24 is going for 20K. Number 24 is going for 20K. Then you go to 31 and it's going for 9K. 37 is going for 9K. And then some wild stuff. You see number 53 going for 188K. So this is what's tough about evaluating serials, but yeah, the lowest in this range, right? You got to think you're getting at least 10K for that. That's a nice little moment. Nice little moment there. What else we got? DeAndre Hunter. Dude, I agree with DeAndre Hunter, man. DeAndre Hunter was having a really good breakout year this year. And then the injury happened. the Hawks fired their coach. McMillan's taken over. Like, if you think the Hawks have any life in them, it's because DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovich have come back from injury and take over. So I like that. First appearance, John Wall's a sleeper, similar to Gordon Hayward. Totally agree. That's a good, I like that. Cool Cats, apparently it's nothing official, but you can see it on the site. Cool Cats will be here soon. So hopefully this week. Shout out Roxbox18. We love Roxbox. He's here quite a bit. We love that. Bryson Anderson. I apologize. Halliburton or Cole Anthony? Ooh, I like Halliburton. I like Halliburton quite a bit. I mean, but again, I pulled his rising star, right? So take that for what it's worth. But I think Halliburton's going to be a better player than Cole Anthony. The problem is, although they're both in shitty markets right now, Sacramento and Orlando, but I like Halliburton. I think Halliburton should have gone like 3 or 4 in the draft. Yeah, sorry, Pete. Sorry, Peter. What moment from Donovan Mitchell would you say is undervalued and worth potentially grabbing? Probably all of them, right? Because Donovan Mitchell, as we saw from the All-Star draft, disrespected. All right, so if you're looking for an entry point, $18 right here is pretty good. His Series 2 is only 60. Like, that's for an All-Star. An All-Star is sub $100. Feels pretty good. Let's look at his Series 1. So his metallic gold. Oh, wow. His first. Ooh, boy. Yeah, his first moment on the site is a block that's going for 1,600. That feels right. That feels right. I mean, there's still some meat on that bones for sure. If you're like trying to spend a couple grand, I think this is a Series 1 of a dude who seems to like just not even close to his ceiling as a player. That's not bad. I like that. But if you're just looking for an entry point, $18 or $60, both good buys for an All-Star, right? All right, what else did I miss? I got like 5. I said 5 more minutes, but we'll do 5 more minutes from now. What else we got? Keaton says, pulled a 1008 Kyrie Irving seeing stars moment on Saturday. Will this continue to go up? I think so. While Kyrie is in the challenge, I think it'll continue to go up. We've been talking about seeing stars quite a bit, right? But I think those prices level off and maybe dip a little bit after the challenge ends. So keep that in mind. But I do like that. Yeah, if Lowry gets moved, Van Fleet will be the guy. No, totally. I think Van Fleet will be a stud if he already is a stud. But if Lowry gets moved, his usage, he gets impacted the most, right? But I think Norman Powell's also, like, Norman Powell goes out there and just gets buckets. So I think he'll have more free reign to do that. So I think they both get a bump. Might just be repeating you or some other streams, old talking points. It's hard to remember. Yeah, I know. I do. I think Lowry and Norman Powell, both of those dudes, and hopefully Chris Boucher, who I just want them to unleash Boucher. Let him play 35 minutes. Ryan asked if I collect any physical sports cards. Honestly, not since I was a kid. I collected quite a bit and probably still have some stuff back at my childhood home, but I kind of fell out of collecting, and I don't know why this is stuck, but holy shit, this is stuck. Yeah. What else we got? Zion dunk on his Pacers is 1,000 point in the NBA. Crazy value. Okay. Thank you for letting me know what that one was, because I was having a tough time figuring out. Yeah, that is crazy. Dude, all in on Zion. I said this a little bit earlier. All in on Zion. LaMelo base worth a buy right now. Are we talking about the LaMelo, his first moment on the site? That's what we're talking about? Yeah. I mean, if you have the coin. So it was at like 4,400 last week, and now I believe it's down around 3K, right? So I don't know. Part of me is like, do you just hold and wait? Yeah, 3,200. But it was at like 4K like 4 days ago. So does it continue to drip? Does it continue to fall? If it does, I don't know. Find a price point that you're comfortable with. Like if you're comfortable spending 4K, say you're like, okay, 4K is my price point. If you're comfortable spending that, I would hold off on buying and just like wait, because maybe it continues to dip down as people are like so jacked up. Because let's look at these moments. This moment is boring as hell. Also, how was this labeled an assist? That was generous. That's a generous assist. If you were playing DFS that night, you're happy it happened. Generous assist. Then we get to see this. You know what? I thought that was going to be a dunk. I should have read the comment. But that's nicer than that assist. I'll tell you that right now over a big Capella. I don't know. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm holding all Embiid. I mean, totally up to you. I'm holding all Embiid. because this is the first year we've seen him like put it completely together where he can play a full game. He doesn't get tired. He just balls out. So yeah, I'm holding all the Embiid. I'm buying Embiid. Boston Celtics, baby. Thanks for being here. Oh, got the Levine at 4,200, so I hold for a big dub. Yeah, of course, Josh. That's a good. I mean, listen, it looks like you're minimum getting 10K out of that, so you've already doubled up. So Brandon Clark, dude, I like Brandon Clark. I don't think he gets enough love. I know because he was in the rookie class with Ja Morant, but I like Clark. This is what I'm excited to see what happens on the site, right? Are we going to see, because the moment, like the Derrick Jones Jr. has this, where he has the block on LeBron, and does that make it more valuable because it's on LeBron? Also, this is his first moment on the site. Is that right? Ooh, this feels like a steal, Shane. Good call. Block on LeBron. Is this in the finals too? No, there's fans in the crowd. Isn't that wild that we can be like, oh, I spot fans. So yeah, this is good value, Shane. Good scoop. Good scoop or good call on the scoop. What else we got? Packer Nation thinks Series 2 prices will be worth close to Series 1 moments a few seasons later. Yeah, I think they will continue to be considered, because we're seeing those serials of 35,000, 50,000, whatever, and you see it's out of 12,000. Yeah, I think Series 1 will always be like a little bit more pricier, a little bit higher value, only because it's the first, like it's the combination of both the scarcity and the first. I think that will have it. All in on Joel, at least into the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. And somebody asked about Tobias Harris too earlier. I think that also true. Like, I think if you think a team's going to go deep in the playoffs, here's my thoughts on the playoffs, especially for this year. If you think somebody's going to have like a breakout performance and the team's going to go deep, you got to remember that Top Shot is now getting a spotlight, right? We saw it with All-Star Weekend. We saw it on ESPN this week. People are like, after Dame shot, Dame even said, like, yeah, I've been lurking on Top Shot. This moment would do well, right? So we're at the beginning of this. And if you think it's going to continue to grow, it's going to go into the playoffs, more eyeballs are on both the NBA and Top Shot. And then you think this guy, if you think Embiid's going to be a monster, especially say we get an Eastern Conference Finals against the Nets, Embiid's going to average like 45 and 25, right? He's going to go bonkers. So I think the value of anybody that's playing in the playoffs is going to continue to go up. I think Top Shot in general's value will go up in the playoffs because it's, again, more eyeballs, but that's where I am. Thoughts on Ja, Rising Star? Dude, I love Ja. In the same boat as Zion, just buy Ja. Again, not financial advice. This is just how I feel. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to wrap up in just a moment. Pulled a James Harden base set layup on Saturday as well. Thoughts on the value of Harden right now? Dude, it's funny, man. I personally don't like Harden. I'm not a Harden fan. But Harden, like, if Harden started this season on the Nets, he'd be neck and neck with Embiid for MVP. But he's missed a handful of games and was a douchebag with the Rockets at the beginning of the season. So it's going to be hard for him to make up MVP. But he's putting up wild numbers. The Nets are, one of 4 teams that can probably win the finals this year. I think it's a good pull. And I also scooped his Series 1 moment for like $100 a while ago, that block on Lou Dortz from the playoffs last year. So, I mean, Harden's nasty. Even if I don't like him, he's nasty. So I think there's definitely some value on that. More meat on the bones. Yeah, I agree. That like the LaMelo Ball moment's going to get 3 badges. I agree. Like, it's a good buy. I'm not like down on it. I just like that moment's boring. Zach Levine, 1046, Seeing Stars, hold or sell. Man, Miami Heat, I don't know, dude. The Seeing Stars is tough. Again, I've talked about this earlier. I've just been wrong on the gift. I've been wrong on. I thought Seeing Stars value was going to be higher, but I didn't love it as much. So I was excited to flip my Seeing Stars, and then we've seen it hasn't been that high. So I'm team hold for Seeing Stars right now, because like in the short term, because I don't know where it's going. Like, I wouldn't sell it today or tomorrow. I want to see what the market does, because it feels like we're at its low point right now. And then people are going to remember, oh yeah, I get that KD challenge or the LeBron challenge. And I feel like they're going to go up a little bit. So I'm holding that for a second. Yeah, Top Shot Tacos is agreeing on the playoff take. 70% of my buys are factoring in if they are a playoff team at this point. Josh said LaMelo tweeted about the big LeBron 200K sale saying how much Bron get for that. We are going to the moon, guys. Don't forget to like. Hey, dude, shout out. Yeah, I shared this before. I said I saw the don't forget to like. But that is a good reminder. If you haven't subbed yet, please sub, like the stream, get more eyeballs on this bad boy. And just a reminder, we're going to come back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific with the full gang. Dunbar and Dustin will be here, all that stuff. What series are you team sell then? Yeah, I mean, overall, we've just been like, team hold in general. Originally, my thought process was I was selling my Series 2 to invest more in Series 1. I would say, and then I think I was wrong on that. I would say this is where I'm at right now. If I'm selling anything, we're so early on this. If I'm selling anything, I'm collecting a dapper balance to go buy something else. I'm not in withdrawal mode. I think other people are. I think that's totally fine. I think just my strategy right now is I think Top Shot is going to be here for a while. And I think we're still in pretty early. So I'm just trying to find moments I love. So like at some point, I think Jokic is wildly undervalued on this site compared to the other stars. So I am going to try to move some funds around within Top Shot. So I might make some moves to go snag a Jokic or something like that. So that's where I'm at. Subban, we talked about, thanks for being here. We talked about Michael Mulder a little bit earlier. I think serial 996 isn't bad right in the middle. Like Michael Mulder isn't fun, right? We're not pumped that we pulled Michael Mulder, but this is what I'll say. If it's only $300, right? Like if that's what the flip would be, it depends where your mindset at. If you just want to make sure you get your money back on that pack, you can flip it. But I'm not trying to make $100 on the pack is where my head would be at. So I'm just going to hold and hope Michael Mulder, I hope these grow in value because of the scarcity. There's only 2021. We look at the commons right now are up in the 35,000. So this is like pretty rare. I believe, is it his first moment on the site? I'd have to double check that. I think I might just scoop him. I might cradle Michael Mulder. Hope he turns into a superstar. He's not going to turn into a superstar, but like a rotational player on a good team. I think that's where I'm at. I think I'd rather lose money on it than to make 100, which sounds stupid, but I'd rather just hold and hope it blows up. Rising Star prices are way lower than I would have thought they would have been. Yeah, I think it's early though. I think it's early. I think I'd monitor. The only advice I feel comfortable giving is like monitor the next 24 to 48 hours. You got to remember, people have been dying to flip moments from packs they've opened from both Seeing Stars and Rising Stars, but the marketplace has been down. Nobody's been able to do shit. So you got to think everyone's just like firing stuff out to make sure they're like, I need to make sure I get my money back. I need to make sure my money gets back. So I think we're seeing like big dips. But I think that's going to level out. I think that'll level out a little bit. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Roxbox. I want more Series 1 rares. I've got a lot of Eastern Conference Final rares for some reason. Like I got a Kemba, a Bam, and a Jaylen Brown. And then I've got some metallic golds from Series 1, like Bogdan, Marvin Bagley, Vucevic. But put highball prices on Series 1 to recoup what I put in, but it depends on how deep you are. Yeah, again, this is totally like where you're at, right? Like what you're comfortable doing. So we can give all the advice we want, but remember, this is like, it's totally up to you. You got to be financially smart with your investments, and this is not financial advice. Hard to beat Vucevic dunking on Draymond. Yeah, we love that. ND, once LeBron retires, who takes over the face of the league? Luka, Giannis, AD, Dame. Throw some more in there. Zion, Ja. I feel like I'm forgetting one more. LaMelo. I mean, Luka and Giannis are going to be here for a while. So those are my two front runners. But I think, dude, what we're seeing from Zion right now, you got to remember, he still hasn't played a full season yet. He's going to be a freak for a while. I'm very excited. All those, they're all good. I think I go Luka, Giannis, Zion, 1, 2, 3. I think Dame. I mean, Dame's not up there in age. Like he's still going to be around for a little bit. I don't think he's like face of the league though. Also Curry. It's Curry, Talib says. Yeah, but you got to remember, like Curry and Dame. You know, Curry's going to slide into Ray Allen mode for a little bit, right? Not yet. I mean, he's obviously still putting up MVP numbers. We said like 5 years from now, Curry's just going to be chucking corner threes, running off screens. All right, couple more comments. Oh, yeah, shout out Embiid. I have T.I. sign in my time shot account every 10 minutes. Why is that? I have to sign in. That happened to me at one point, and then that stopped happening. So I don't know if it's because there were some issues with the marketplace recently. Maybe do you have two-step verification filled in? That might help. What are your thoughts on the new marketplace rules, like buying one moment every 2 hours? It sucks. I mean, I said this up top. My short-term thought on this is it sucks. It's frustrating. But long-term, if they're doing this to battle bots to make sure we're having a fair experience, like I'd rather wait 2 hours than have some computer scooping up the lowest value every time it comes out. So it's really annoying. It was frustrating. It was closed all weekend for All-Star Weekend. It was frustrating that everybody got packs and couldn't do shit with it. So I feel you. But I think long-term, it's good. You think Steph Rising Star holds value? I think you mean Seeing Star, right? At 400, I agree. Also, I've only sold and reinvested. Started with 45 and now over 3K. Dude, hell yeah, Jason. Dude, I have no idea what to do with Seeing Stars, man. I really don't. I mean, at least you go to Steph. I think Steph's value is going to continue to be really good because it's Steph and people love him. So, but I have no idea. Luka, Series 2, 10,000 is down to 500. Yeah. I think those are going to go down and then shoot back up. So hang tight. Also, you got to think good percentage of people on Top Shot live on the coast. So once fans in Salt Lake City, Phoenix, and yeah, I think again, as the NBA continues to embrace it more and more, I mean, you're seeing there's an international audience for this already based on this stream alone. Shout out my international peeps. But as like they start promoting it overseas a little bit more, to the moon, baby, to the moon, as they say. All right, one more question here, and then we're going to rock. Is it bad to flip 7,500 LeBron dunk into the 15,000 three-pointer in another Series 1 moment? I feel like the three-pointer is cooler than the dunk. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the three-pointer is a sick moment. I totally agree with that. So I think when you're someone like LeBron that has this many moments on the site, the cooler the moment, the better versus the serial number. So I don't hate it. Virtual card show. Hi, I've watched a few times on my TV. First time watching live. Card collector who may be in over his head with his Top Shot. Hey, dude, I think we all feel over our head with Top Shot, especially with the new serial drops up in the 35,000s. It's hard as hell to figure out what the value is. So we're all in this together with not knowing what we're doing. But shout out for being here live. Also, shout out to the Philippines here this morning. It's probably not morning for you. So shout out to the Philippines. MM Drippy said, what should I invest in under $200? MM Drippy, what I would say, because we're wrapping up right now, after this is over, just scroll back to like the 30-minute mark. I believe we talked about that for a little bit, and we get some good 200. And it was exactly this question, so you'll see. All right. Everybody's got questions about Rising Stars, Seeing Stars. Go back and listen. We talked a lot about this. I think Rising Stars I'm buying low on right now, but I'm going to watch the market for a little bit. That's, again, my parting advice. Just pay attention to the market today and tomorrow as more people are getting active again. I think I'd be hesitant to buy something right now because I just don't trust the marketplace. Like I feel like it's still going to dip and then shoot back up. So that's what I would say. Again, not financial advice. Do what's best for you. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern with Dunbar and Dustin. Dunbar will be talking hard for hardcourt, I'm sure. I want to say thank you so much. We had a lot of people here today. It's so much better when the chat's active. Otherwise, I don't have shit to say. And you guys all have great questions. You guys help the way that I think about this stuff. So I appreciate it. We will be back again tonight. Also, last call, like the stream, subscribe, follow us at Top Shot Takes. I hope everybody has a good day or night, depending on where you are. And we'll see.